This year's been a wild ride for movie fans. We've had Thunderbolts, Sinners, the final Mission Impossible chapter, a live-action How to Train Your Dragon, and 28 years later. But hold up, we're not done yet. There's still a ton of epic stuff on the way, so let's dive into the best unmissable upcoming movies of 2025 and 2026. Superman, July 11th, 2025. James Gunn's new Superman movie isn't just another reboot, it's kicking off a whole new DC universe that he's building with Peter Safran. David Corenswet suits up as Superman, with Rachel Brosnahan playing Lois Lane and Nicholas Hoult stepping in as Lex Luthor. Maria Gabriela Di Faria plays the engineer, and the cast is stacked with names like Skylar Gisondo, Sarah Sampaio, Sean Gunn, Eddie Cathegi, Anthony Kerrigan, Isabella Merced, and Nathan Fillion. Oh, and according to Gunn, the trailer broke records. It's now the most watched DC Studios trailer ever. Movies are either already in there or going to be in theaters soon. Hopefully it breaks the records as well. At the time of making this video, it's already racked up over $10 million in pre-sale tickets. That's ahead of where The Batman was at the same point, which hit $7.5 million and topped out at $12.5 million pre-release. Based on this pace, Superman could land somewhere between $17 and $19 million before opening day. I Know What You Did Last Summer, July 18th, 2025. I Know What You Did Last Summer is back, this time as a requel. Yep, that's part reboot, part sequel. Thanks, Scream 2022, for coining that. Columbia Pictures is reviving the 1997 slasher classic with a new generation of victims, including Sarah Pidgeon, Chase Sui Wonders, Madeline Klein, Jonah Hauer-King, and Tyreek Winters, all trying to outrun that creepy fisherman with the hook. But it's not just new blood. Fan favorites Jennifer Love Hewitt and Freddie Prinze Jr. are back too, reprising their iconic roles and warning the next-gen teens to run for their lives. Fantastic Four: The First Steps, July 25th, 2025. Marvel's giving Fantastic Four another shot, hopefully third time's the charm. After a couple of past attempts that didn't quite hit the mark, the iconic team is officially joining the MCU. This time, they're going full retro with a 1960s setting, throwing it back to the era Stan Lee and Jack Kirby originally brought these characters to life. Pedro Pascal is stepping in as brainy team leader Reed Richards. Vanessa Kirby is Sue Storm, aka the Invisible Woman. Joseph Quinn from Stranger Things is heating things up as Johnny Storm, the Human Torch. And Eben Moss-Backrack rounds out the squad as Ben Grimm, whose debut as the Thing might be a little rocky. Happy Gilmore 2, July 25th, 2025. It's actually happening. Happy Gilmore 2 is on the way, and Adam Sandler is dusting off his golf clubs to bring back the iconic, hockey-loving golfer who made the PGA Tour way more chaotic. The trailer teases cameos from Bad Bunny and Travis Kelce, and, let's be real, there are probably more big surprises in store. Christopher McDonald returns as the smug and punchable Shooter McGavin, and it looks like their rivalry is about to hit a whole new level of ridiculous. With Sandler and his longtime writing partner Tim Herlihy behind the scenes, this sequel is set to deliver major throwback energy. Together, July 30th, 2025. Love can be messy, but in Michael Shank's new Twisted Romance, it's really messy. Real-life couple Dave Franco and Allison Brie star as partners taking that next big step, moving upstate together. Sounds sweet, right? Except things take a weird supernatural turn that literally binds them closer than they ever expected. We're talking body horror levels of close, like grab an electric saw kind of close. Franco plays a classic commitment phobe, but their relationship hits a whole new level when outside forces fuse them together in the most uncomfortable way. The Naked Gun, August 1st, 2025. Let's be honest, if someone told us years ago that The Naked Gun was getting a reboot decades later with Liam Neeson as Frank Drebin, we'd probably have laughed and said, wait, that Liam Neeson? From Schindler's List and Taken? But here we are, and after catching the teaser, it somehow just works. Neeson stepping into Leslie Nielsen's iconic role feels unexpectedly perfect. I mean, they do have the same initials. Even better, the film's in good hands with Akiva Schaffer from The Lonely Island directing, which gives us hope it'll nail that ridiculous deadpan humor fans loved. Yep, this reboot might actually pull it off. Nobody 2, August 15th, 2025. Bob Odenkirk is back as Hutch Manziel. Yep, that name still rules in the long-awaited sequel to Nobody. He once again plays the not-so-average suburban dad who just happens to be a lethal government-trained assassin. Only this time, the cat's out of the bag. His family knows what he's capable of, and things are about to get even more intense. We're hoping for more of those gritty, bone-crunching fight scenes that made the 2021 original so much fun, plus answers to the real question, does Hutch still take out the trash after wiping out a squad of bad guys? Connie Nielsen, Christopher Lloyd, the RZA, and Michael Ironside are all back, and Sharon Stone and Colin Hanks join the chaos, though it's not clear if they're allies or enemies. Either way, it's game on. Tron Aries, October 10th, 2025. Tron Aries is officially charging onto the scene after a 15-year wait. Disney unveiled the first trailer and poster for the long-anticipated third entry in the Tron franchise at CinemaCon. Jared Leto leads the film as Ares, a highly advanced program sent from the digital world into the real one. His mission? Something dangerous enough to mark humanity's very first encounter with AI beings. Directed by Joachim Ronning, the movie looks to blend real-world grit with the sleek, glowing aesthetic Tron fans love. The trailer showcases a wild chase, 2 programs on light cycles weaving through a real-world city, slicing through a police car with their trademark light trails, a clear sign the digital world is colliding with ours. Leto, speaking at CinemaCon with Jeff Bridges, shared his childhood love for Tron, calling it a movie that hit all the right notes, action, adventure, and spandex. He promised Tron Aries would hit you right in the grid. Black Phone 2, October 17th, 2025. Black Phone 2, directed by Scott Derrickson and written by him and C. Robert Cargill, the sequel follows up on the 2021 hit and once again stars Ethan Hawke as the creepy grabber, along with Mason Thames, Madeline McGraw, Miguel Mora, and Jeremy Davies reprising their roles. Joe Hill, who wrote the original short story, actually pitched the idea for the sequel, inspired by the grabber's eerie masks. New cast members like Demian Bashir and Ariana Rivas are also joining the mix. The Running Man, November 7th, 2025. The Running Man is getting a fresh, gritty update from director Edgar Wright. Unlike the 1987 film, this version promises to stick much closer to Stephen King's original novel, which he wrote under the name Richard Bachman. Starring Glenn Powell as Ben Richards, the film is set in a future where a deadly game show hunts contestants for sport. The cast is stacked with names like Katie O'Brien, Daniel Ezra, Josh Brolin, Lee Pace, Michael Cera, and Coleman Domingo as the show's slick host. Predator Badlands, November 7th, 2025. Predator Badlands is set to storm theaters and IMAX screens, marking the Predator's big screen return after the success of Prey. Directed by Dan Trachtenberg, the film jumps far into the future and centers on a young outcast predator named Dek, played by Demetrius Schuster Kolamatangi, as he seeks redemption and a worthy adversary on a deadly alien planet. Elle Fanning stars as Thea, a Weyland-Yutani synthetic, possibly pulling the alien universe into play. With savage beasts, masked hunters, and hints of an epic crossover, Badlands leans into the franchise's extended lore while ditching the weirder past plotlines. Avatar: Fire and Ash, December 19th, 2025. Avatar 3, officially titled Avatar: Fire and Ash, is set to hit theaters the weekend before Christmas 2025, continuing James Cameron's epic saga. While no full footage was shown at D23 2024, Cameron, along with stars Zoe Saldana and Sam Worthington, gave fans a sneak peek at concept art featuring the mysterious Fire Na'vi. This new tribe, referred to as the Ash People, introduces a whole new elemental culture to Pandora. Cameron hinted that fire will play a major symbolic role in the film, saying, "That's probably saying too much as we speak, so expect some major shifts in tone and theme this time around." The Mandalorian and Grogu, May 22, 2026. The Mandalorian and Grogu, directed by Jon Favreau, marks the return of Star Wars to theaters for the first time since The Rise of Skywalker in 2019. Picking up after The Mandalorian Season 3, the film follows Din Djarin and Grogu as they join forces with Carson Teva and the New Republic to track down what's left of the Empire after Moff Gideon's defeat. Dave Filoni, now Lucasfilm's chief creative officer, co-wrote the film and serves as an executive producer alongside Favreau, continuing their long-running collaboration that began with the Clone Wars. Supergirl, June 26, 2026. Supergirl is set to soar into theaters in 2026, marking the character's first live-action film since 1984 and offering a bold new direction for the DC universe. Unlike the sunny portrayals fans may expect, this version will lean darker, with James Gunn teasing a hardened Supergirl shaped by a harsh life on a ruined Krypton, very different from Superman's Earth-based upbringing. SpiderMan Brand New Day, July 31, 2026. Brand New Day is shaping up to be a big deal for MCU fans, with Tom Holland officially back and Sadie Sink joining the cast in a mystery role. While there's no confirmation yet on who she'll play, some think she could even be Jean Grey if a multiverse twist is coming. There's also speculation she might be a key Spidey character. Amy Pascal teased that this isn't just a one-off sequel, but the start of a whole new trilogy, and Sony's still cooking up another MCU crossover. Shang-Chi director Destin Daniel Cretton is set to direct, and the writers behind No Way Home are returning, so expectations are sky-high. The Hunger Games: Sunrise on the Reaping, November 20th, 2026. A new Hunger Games prequel is officially on the way, and this time it's all about Haymitch Abernathy. Set 40 years before Katniss's story, the film will explore Haymitch's brutal journey through the 50th Hunger Games, aka the First Quarter Quell. While casting hasn't been revealed yet, the OG team is back. Francis Lawrence directing and Nina Jacobson and Brad Simpson producing. Expect a deeper dive into Panem's darker corners, possibly touching on the origins of the Mutts and what really happened to Dr. Gall. Filming will kick off after the book's release, so fans have a bit of a wait, but the hype is real. Greta Gerwig's The Chronicles of Narnia, November 26, 2026. Netflix is going all in on a Chronicles of Narnia reboot, and this time it looks like they're doing it right. With Greta Gerwig directing, fresh off Barbie and Little Women, the project is getting a major upgrade. Netflix plans to adapt all 7 of C.S. Lewis's novels, kicking things off with its first ever wide theatrical release, showing on around 1,000 IMAX screens before dropping on Netflix a month later, starting Christmas Day. So far, Louis Patridge and Emma Mackey are confirmed, and names like Meryl Streep and Daniel Craig are floating around. While most assumed they'd begin with The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, Jason Isaacs hinted they may start with The Magician's Nephew instead, a bold move that could set up the world of Narnia in a deeper way before the Pevensie kids even show up. Avengers Doomsday, December 18, 2026. Avengers Doomsday has Robert Downey Jr. in it, but instead of returning as the beloved Iron Man, Downey Jr. plays a multiverse version of Tony Stark who became the villainous Doom. This wild twist leans into the MCU's multiverse chaos and has fans hyped. The movie also ties into the new Fantastic Four cast, Pedro Pascal, Vanessa Kirby, Joseph Quinn, and Ebon Moss-Bachrach, and brings back the Thunderbolts crew plus some legendary X-Men faces like Patrick Stewart and Ian McKellen. While plot details are hush-hush, it's rumored to follow the Ultimate Comics Doomsday arc, where a rogue hero threatens to destroy the multiverse. Dune Messiah, December 25, 2026. Following the massive success of Dune Part 2, which raked in over $700 million globally and scored a Best Picture Oscar nomination, the third film will tackle Frank Herbert's Dune Messiah. This final chapter in Villeneuve's trilogy wraps up Paul Atreides' arc, now 12 years into his reign as Emperor. The story dives deep into Paul's internal battle as he deals with the fallout of his rise, including a galaxy-wide jihad sparked by his messianic image, and the haunting future he desperately wants to change. Well, that's it for today. Which of these movies are you most excited to see on the big screen? Please drop your picks down in the comments section below. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more updates, breakdowns, and everything pop culture coming your way. We'll catch you in our next video.